Hello everyone, it's Avery Dawnside and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys along for another daily vlog. However, I'm actually going to just be talking you through it because honestly I was not planning on uploading this video at all, just because when I went to do the daily vlog, this day ended up being super bad and just really not a good day for me and the Dawnside Equestrian Facility. So I wasn't going to upload it just because so many unfortunate things happened, but I figure it's important to show you both sides and aspects of my life because not everything is perfect all the time, and I want you guys to know that, and I want you guys to know that I have bad days too. There's also a really important message at the end, so please stick around for the entire video, and I want you guys to see what my life is really like on the good days and the bad days. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, that morning had quite a cold start, literally and figuratively. When I woke up, I was freezing. I was completely covered in goosebumps, and I checked my temperature to see that my heating had broke overnight. Then I looked outside to see that it was snowing. Now, Golden Leaf is not at all known for having snow, but we are known for having below freezing temperatures because we're on the water, so seeing the snow was quite a surprise, let alone seeing so much of it. Now, I know heating is a privilege, so I wasn't going to let it get me down. I was going to go into the day with a positive mindset because I was going to try a horse named Kovu, and I was super excited because this horse seemed like such a promising new addition to our barn, and I was so excited to go and try him. I will have his ad posted right here if you guys want to pause and read that. Now you guys know he seemed like such the perfect fit, and everything was going great until I got a call.
Hey Avery, it's Celine, the owner of Kovu. I'm so sorry to tell you this so late, but he's actually been taken off the market this morning. Sorry for the inconvenience, but thank you for your interest in him.
I know, it's not the worst thing that could happen, but I was disappointed. Kovu seemed like a great possible new addition to our barn, and it was really sad that I didn't even get the opportunity to try him. But I couldn't dwell on that for very long because seconds after that phone call ended, I got another call.
Hey Avery, so I know today you're supposed to be going to look at a horse, but I wanted to let you know that Goose is out again, and I've been trying to get him for 30 minutes now. Do you think you could come help me really quick?
He got out again? Okay, I'll be there in a second.
Great, thank you.
And so I quickly threw away the disappointment of not being able to see Kovu that day, shoved on all of my warm winter gear, trudged through the snow, and found Ava like this. With a lot of teamwork, treats, and patience, we finally got Goose in. This is the 7th time this week that he has gotten out, so it's definitely becoming a problem, but we're working on it. Luckily, we had gotten Goose just in time because I had to go and teach a lesson, until yet again the inevitable call came in.
Hi Avery, it's Paige. I know you wanted me to try Tilly for our lesson today, but she doesn't seem to be doing very well. I started to tack her up, but her back seemed to be really sensitive when I put the saddle on.
Okay, give me just a second, Paige, and I'll be right there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Now that phone call threw me for the biggest loop. Kovu was a disappointment, yes. Goose was expected because it's a habit of his, but Tilly had been fine for the past few months, so I was really worried. When I got to Tilly, she was definitely acting off. She was standing in the corner of her stall, completely aloof, and not like the spunky, sassy Tilly we all know and love. When I touched Tilly's back and did the compression test, she definitely shifted in discomfort. My guess was that this tension had assumingly built up because of the sudden and drastic change of weather, so the only solution to help Tilly's back and release that discomfort was to apply a heating pack. Flare-ups tend to happen when the weather changes drastically, especially for horses that have inflammation problems such as Tilly in her back, so the heating pack should relieve most of the pressure. After finishing assisting Tilly, Now that the lesson was officially canceled, I had some spare time on my hands, so I figured this would be the perfect time to go and exercise a horse. Cara had called me earlier and said that she couldn't make it out to the barn because of how bad the roads were, so this meant that it was my time to exercise Jupiter. Now, usually the trailer is heavy enough to combat any type of weather we experience, especially ice, but today it was just so ridiculously cold and icy, and the snow caused the roads to be so bad that we unexpectedly had an issue. After a pretty bad skid on the ice, we had to stop because one of our tires was completely off of its hinges. I honestly should have expected this with the luck I've been having today. It's not an easy fix, but luckily we're at Jasper's, and I guess we'll just finish walking to the riding arena. So inevitably, the only option was to head out on our walk of shame to the riding arena, which luckily wasn't so far away, but it was still freezing. At this point, I really didn't expect the day to get any worse because Jupiter is an incredible horse and riding always takes my mind off of the bad things going on in my life or the inconvenient things, but I honestly should have expected that it would go the way that it did. Jupiter was definitely feeling a little bit fresh because of how cold it was, but this wasn't anything that was unexpected. Because Jupiter is a jumper, I am used to him being extremely forward and just go, go, go mode. There was a couple times where he was looking at things from side to side because he hasn't been in the indoor arena for a while, but what threw me for a loop was when we were approaching a jump to go by, he completely freaked out at a flower box. And I should have known, but off we were. It took me quite a while to get him settled. He just seemed really spooked and just uncomfortable. I wasn't sure what was going on, but I'm pretty sure he was just feeling super fresh because it probably was one of his first times in the snow ever today. So after I got him settled, I just did some circles to really collect him and bend him in so that he was focusing on the ride rather than everything around him. And then we conquered our fear of the flower box just by walking by it, and he was totally okay the second time. And now came the jumping. We were going in at a steady pace, an easy pace. He felt pretty relaxed after doing a very long flat work session, but he just jumped it like it was an Olympic jump, and again, I had to sit back, hold my shoulders strong, and really collect him to get him slower rather than running through my hands. Honestly, the entire rest of the ride was sort of like that. He was jumping majorly over tiny baby cross rails, and it was just getting a little out of hand. But the thing that really drove me over the edge was, well, yep, I fell off. Honestly, falling off wasn't the worst part of the ride. I think everything going on was a combination between Jupiter's freshness and just my tension from having such a rough day that I probably should have stopped riding earlier, but I'm one of those people that like to push through and keep trying to push through, but at this point I had just had enough. It was just getting to be too much for me today, and I decided to just stop right then and there and go home because I knew this wasn't Jupiter's fault. It was all coming from me, and until I had time to let go of what had bothered me throughout the day, I wasn't going to get better at my riding. It took me a little while after I got home to really realize how upset I was. I've had plenty of bad days, but none as bad as this lately, and it just really got to me. I was feeling super discouraged, and I just didn't know what to do. But they say the world works in strange ways when it knows that it needs you. So this was definitely one of those moments.
Hi Avery, I heard through the grapevine things have been rough today. I know you're probably feeling discouraged, but I wanted to remind you of something you always tell others when you have a rough moment. It's a bad day, not a bad life. You've got this, Avery. Today wasn't the best, but that doesn't mean tomorrow won't be. I believe in you, and there are so many people ready to jump in and help you when you need it. Keep pushing. Little you would be so proud of the progress you've made. Love you, and talk soon.
I guess somewhere along the way I had missed Sophia's call throughout the day, but I'm so glad that I found this voicemail when I needed it. What she said was absolutely 100% true, and it was exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. The universe delivered that message exactly when it needed to be heard. Again, I told you guys earlier in the video that this wasn't something I was planning on posting, but it wasn't until Sophia left me that message that I knew I needed to post it. Bad days happen, but that doesn't mean it's a bad life. Not every day is perfect, especially when you're working with horses, and every experience is a learning one. But that's important to remember, to never give up on your dreams, to never give up even when things get tough. Bad days happen to the best people, and bad days happen to the worst people. Bad days are meant to be there in order to make good days good ones. But that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I will see you in the next video for the good days, for the bad days, and for all of the days. Bye!